Nicolás Maduro's viral on-camera moment is now being linked to one of the most dramatic political moves of the year. Just days after receiving a U.S. ultimatum, the Venezuelan president appeared on television dancing. And according to multiple reports, that single clip may have completely changed how Washington reacted. Because inside the White House, that video wasn't seen as entertainment. It was seen as a signal. And what followed turned a few seconds of footage into the beginning of a global political standoff. According to a January 4th report from the New York Times, several Americans and Venezuelans involved in transition talks said that just before the new year, Nicolás Maduro rejected an ultimatum from U.S. President Donald Trump to leave office and go into exile in Turkey. Soon after that rejection, Maduro appeared on television in a highly unusual moment. He was seen moving to an electronic beat as a recorded voice repeated in English, "No crazy war." The clip spread quickly online and was widely described as lighthearted, but also, according to people familiar with the talks, dismissive. This moment came shortly after the U.S. military carried out a strike on a dock that the Trump administration said was used for drug trafficking. And according to two people involved in the negotiations who spoke to the New York Times, Maduro's calm and casual public response led some members of Trump's team to believe he was mocking them or trying to call their bluff. That perception, they said, changed how the situation was viewed inside the White House. President Trump had already publicly accused Maduro of drug-related crimes, allegations Maduro has denied, according to CBS News. Then on January 3rd, Trump confirmed that he had ordered what he called large-scale strikes in the region and the capture of the Venezuelan leader. In a statement posted on Truth Social, Trump wrote that the United States had successfully carried out an operation against Venezuela and its leader, Nicolás Maduro, and that Maduro had been captured and flown out of the country with the help of U.S. law enforcement agencies. Trump also spoke publicly about the situation from his Mar-a-Lago club in Florida, saying the United States was now going to take responsibility for Venezuela's oil industry. "We're going to get the oil flowing the way it should be," he said, adding that the U.S. would make sure the Venezuelan people were taken care of. He also stated that large amounts of Venezuelan oil would be sold to other countries and said that Americans had built much of the country's oil infrastructure in the past. When asked what he wanted to say to Venezuelans, Trump replied that they would now have peace and a real country. When questioned about his last conversation with Maduro, Trump declined to provide details but said he told the Venezuelan president, "You gotta surrender," adding that he believed Maduro was close to doing so. Shortly after, Venezuela's interim leader, Delcy Rodriguez, was sworn in. Rodriguez publicly accused the United States of carrying out an illegal invasion and said Maduro remained Venezuela's legitimate leader. However, according to reports from outlets including the New York Times and the Washington Post, several Trump administration officials have privately said they were impressed with how Rodriguez has been handling Venezuela's economy. Trump, meanwhile, issued warnings to Rodriguez, saying in an interview with The Atlantic that she would face consequences if she did not cooperate. Speaking to reporters aboard Air Force One, Trump also insisted that the United States was now in charge. He added that Rodriguez would face a situation probably worse than Maduro if she did not follow through, while also stating that Maduro had given up. What makes this entire story so unusual is how much attention has focused on that single viral video. According to people familiar with the transition talks, Maduro's public dancing wasn't just a moment of political theater. It was interpreted inside the U.S. government as a message. To some, it appeared to suggest that Maduro believed the pressure from Washington would not lead to real consequences. And according to those sources, that perception helped accelerate what happened next. This story is still developing, and many of the claims being made are based on ongoing reporting from major outlets and public statements from government officials. But one thing is already clear. In a world where political messages travel instantly through video and social media, even a few seconds on camera can carry enormous weight. In the next video, we'll take a closer look at how viral moments influence diplomacy and why governments now watch social media just as closely as they watch each other.